What up, peeps? It's your boy, ControversyKidd here, back with you guys with another vid. Let's get into this. This is going to be a response to CBoogie's video that I just checked out, and his video is titled "Why Men and Women Will No Longer Get Along in the Future." And I am basically opposing to the video because of several things. I encourage the brother and a lot of you of his followers to actually look into the Bible more, because what it talks about in Revelations is it talks about what happens with the dynamics of the man and the woman, especially if the man is now worshiping the woman. And when the man worships the woman, it becomes what we have known as the Jezebel spirit. The Jezebel spirit arrives. And when that Jezebel spirit arrives, this is when all of the corruption comes up, and it dismantles households, which comes with infidelity, what comes with lying, what comes with deceit. All of these things are a key factor as to why that, you know, men and women would not get along, which he is right on that. But the main thing about that is that those same people can be saved if God and Jesus Christ is introduced into their life. And what's happened is that a lot of people had strayed away from, you know, Christianity, which had made nuclear households much more of a very success. And you may say, well, what if your children turn astray? Sometimes God will bless those of a next generation in order for them to save a family, in order for them to save a state, a city, a country, you name it. God will skip the blessings of one generation and will pass the blessings on to another generation. And that's where we have to understand as individuals, understand as the children of God, that if he doesn't bless one part, it's like, for example, he may not bless the baby boomers, but he may bless Generation X, or he may bless Generation Y or Generation Z. You see what I'm saying? For them to restore the order of what? Christ-like behaviors. And what's going on right now is that I see a lot of people talking about we're in the ending times. We are basically living in Revelation, the book of Revelation. And I would have to say we are far away from that. We're not in it right now. We are far away from it. And the reason why I say that is because most of the stuff that Revelation talks about, most of the stuff that's going on right now, I would have to say maybe two things with corruption that's going on right now are basically talked about in Revelation. So I would have to say we are not in Revelation just yet. But there are some things that come upon that deal with that are talked about in the book of Revelation. So for the guys to sit there and say we are in the ending times, we're far away from that. But I just want to make this video to simply talk about how can men and women get along again. The first thing I want to talk about, and I think I talked about it in the other point, was basically restoring Christianity first. So that has to be put back in the households. The second thing I want to talk about is having and building the mutual respect between another. Because see, what I see a lot of these guys that are making these YouTube channels, and I'm not talking about the brother CBoogie here. I'm talking about other brothers that are basically MGTOWing their way into basically less interactions with women, and they're basically just trying to go their own way, as to say. But the one reason why they're going their way is because they're not coming across the good woman that most of these men want. And I understand that. But everything starts with man. And let me explain why. Because see, the only reason why these behaviors is happening, the Meg Thee Stallions, your Cardi B's, your Nicki Minaj's, your Beyonce's, you know, when she made the song to the left, when she made all that, those behaviors came from us. You may say, how? Well, we have strip clubs that promote women, that promote the essence, the beauty of women, right? But what comes with that beauty in that manifesto is the lust factor. And see, the lust factor not only just comes from men, but it also comes from women. And see, when we allow women to have more, how should I say, more freedom, they are going to turn this freedom into liberation, which liberation creates the Jezebel spirit, which creates all the wickedness that's happened. And it's in the scripture, and I'm going to be posting scriptures left to right and throughout this whole video, so you guys will understand it. But understand this: if we build the mutual respect between another, stop saying that men ain't this, stop saying women ain't this, and start pointing out the good and dismantling the bad and fixing the bad and turning them to good, then men and women can get along. And the third thing I'm gonna say is restoring the household. See, I think most of the disrespect for men and women come from the household. Let me explain. We might have that father figure that probably, you know, did something bad to us, or probably did something wrong to us. And like all of a sudden now we may have this this hatred towards men. And say, for example, if our mothers treated us a certain way, we have this this hatred towards like the woman. And I tell you guys right now, all of you that are looking at this video need to have that serious conversation with your parents and restore that goodness into the home. Because if you do not do this, ladies and gentlemen, what's going to eventually happen is that you're basically going to see another an immense hatred coming from man and woman. And I encourage you guys right now to do this, because simply, guys, I don't want you guys turning astray from your parents. Your parents, you're going to need your help from your parents. You're going to need help from your godparents. You're going to need help from these individuals to help you out in situations that you will come across in life. And if we want to restore that household, we have to fix ourselves. I know that we've been through some tough times, but the thing is, what did you do through those hard times? Did you fight through those hard times, or did you give up? Did you turn your way? Did you turn your life astray, or did you, kept your faith in God, or did you, just kept fighting for what's right, fighting for the right things? Just because somebody else does bad doesn't mean that you got to do the same bad thing too. It doesn't mean that. So, to CBoogie and his followers, and many men that are becoming strong, I want to say this to you guys. Put your faith in God, and faith without works is dead. You got to put the work out if you're going to have this faith. And that's just what it is. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good one. Like, share, subscribe if you are new. I see you guys on the flip side. It's your boy, the Kid, signing out. Peace.